Good afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to the Den Creative. For today's pick a card reading, this is going to be for my couples, and we are going to be finding out what is coming next to you in your love life with your significant other. So whether you have just started seeing someone, you've been with someone for 40 years, or anywhere in between, this reading is for you. And if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy. And while you pick your pile today, I want you to focus in on the different words that are on these cards, and whichever word resonates with what's going on or what you want to go on or something that you know may be a problem or a good thing in your relationship, whatever it is that is resonating with you most, that is the pile I want you to select this time. So with pile number 1, we have the boundaries card. With pile number 2, we have the confidence card. And with pile number 3, we have the trust card. So whichever one of these words you're really drawn to, or which one of the images you're really drawn to, that is going to be the pile for you. And once you've selected your pile, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as the top comment. And always remember, these are general readings. I am picking up on quite a few different energies these days, so not everything in the pile will resonate 100%. I mean, once in a while it might, but for the most part it probably won't. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. And without delaying this any further, let's give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, so you guys chose the boundaries card, and just what I'm getting intuitively from this card already before we look at the rest of your cards is the fact that there's either been some walls up with you or your partner, or maybe both of you have had some walls up where each other is concerned, or maybe even where the outside world is concerned. But also I'm seeing this thing where there maybe needs to be more boundaries. Maybe one or the other of you is giving too much and the other is taking too much, and that is going to be where the boundaries need to come in. And a balancing of scales. I'm really seeing a balancing of scales, even though there are no scales on here. But I'm seeing this kind of infinity 8 symbol here along the bottom. It might be really hard to see on camera up there. I don't even know if this is focusing there. But what I'm seeing that as is this balance of energies. So what you guys are going to be doing coming up is finding this kind of counterpoint or midpoint here to really make sure you guys are taking the best care of each other where your boundaries are concerned especially. Okay, so let's go ahead and get more into this. Okay, so this is really beautiful. So I'm seeing a couple of different things, but I'm going to go ahead and start right here with this take a break card. This is really what is, calling to me first and foremost as the main message with this boundaries card. It says, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. And with take a break, I'm thinking like, oh, we're going to take a break in our relationship, which that could be the case for some of you. But for most of you, I'm seeing this as finding ways that you can spend time doing things you enjoy and your person finding things that they enjoy so that you guys aren't, I see like some of you maybe have been spending so much time with this person that you guys are getting on each other's nerves at times. But for others of you, what I am seeing is that maybe you've been away from this person, maybe you have a long distance relationship, or maybe you have had circumstances come up where I do see someone who has a sick relative and your significant other has been away taking care of or helping with this sick relative or their house or something like that, where you're being separated by circumstance rather than like, okay, let's have a separation, like a conscious decision to separate each other's energies from each other. This is more of a, life circumstance kind of thing. But for others of you, again, this is a very sporadically placed energetic reading because I'm picking up on multiple energies. There are those of you that are maybe even in this on again off again relationship that either currently or coming up you will be taking a break, but it doesn't feel like an ending to me. This feels like a rejuvenation and just, kind of getting back on that horse, because we have answering the call. It says the time is now. And I think with this boundaries card as your main theme of what's going on, the time is now to make any necessary changes need to be made in your love life or in your relationship with this other person. And I feel like they themselves are also hearing this call to make the necessary changes in their lives as well. Because with this forgiveness and learning card, it says here, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So for most of you guys, this is going to be past hurts, past wounds, past fights, or whatever that may be within the relationship. But for some of you with trouble finding those boundaries or letting your walls down even, that might go back to a past relationship with another significant other, an ex, or even a parent where you couldn't let them in all the way because it hurt too much when they let you down. So many of you guys and your significant others are kind of working now to heal past experiences, past wounds, either in this current relationship, past relationships for both of you, or relationships with parents, friends, close family as a child. There is in the collective, there is a major healing, a major purge going on. So it is no surprise to me that I'm seeing this within this relationship reading right now, because there are a multitude of different ways and dynamics within relationships, but as far as I know and as far as I've heard, there is no such thing as a perfect relationship. So there is always forgiveness that needs to be had. There is always learning that is coming with the opportunities. I call them opportunities rather than problems, but as people call them problems within a relationship. These problems, if you rephrase that and refocus your mind on, what's going wrong, I use quotes, what's going wrong in a relationship, whatever is going wrong, you are learning lessons from that. It is not meant, this is a karmic relationship, so I'm doomed anyway. I don't feel it like that. I feel as you both signed up to be in this relationship before you incarnated to help each other work out some soul contracts or things that your soul wanted to experience on this earth plane in this lifetime together. Because you guys do have this romantic feelings card. It says your feelings are real and worth exploring. You guys have that love that will always be between the two of you in some capacity or another, whether you guys end up together forever or you end up calling it quits for good. But I feel most of you guys, this is your person. This is what you want. This is what you are, for the majority of you guys, this is, just you wanting to take everything to the next level. Even if you've been married for 20 years, you want to level up your relationship in some way, because you know how important this person is to you and you love their soul and your soul yearns to be with this person. But there are dynamics within your relationship that make that a little difficult. But again, it's not that person's fault. It's not your fault. It's all about the learning and forgiveness that you guys wanted to, experience within this relationship together. Because you do have the mirror card. It says who or what is triggering you. And especially if you're in a twin flame or what a lot of people would consider some sort of karmic relationship, you can get into if you believe that or not. I'm not going to let you know what my beliefs are on that because this is your reading. But whether you feel that every relationship in your life is a mirror, which I do believe, whether you believe this person is your twin flame, whether you believe this person is your soulmate or a karmic relationship of some sort, whatever it is that is going on between the two of you with this boundaries as your overall energy, there is triggering going on. So whether this person is doing something as innocent as annoying you by leaving dishes in the sink instead of putting them in the dishwasher, or, there are past patterns within the relationship that you guys just keep going in a cycle over and over and over with, this person is reflecting back to you your own inner energy and vice versa. Because we are mirrors of each other. As within, so without. As above, so below. So whatever it is you're experiencing on the internal is going to be reflected to you in the external. So the more healing and forgiving you can do within yourself, within your own mind, body, and soul, the better you can project out into your, 3D physical environment what you want to see and from a more healed perspective, because you guys do have the grace and gratitude card, and it says through gratitude joy expands. So even if things are, about 50% good in the relationship and 50% bad in the relationship, there is still this point where you can really hyper focus on what is good, what is going right, the things about this person that you're in love with that you really love and enjoy and want to see more of. The more you can focus on those things, the better that those things that seem more annoying or just those harder patterns or cycles in your relationship will start to unloosen. I see it as this like knotted up ball of yarn that you're like, I don't even know where the ends are to like start unweaving this mess. But the more you can focus on what is going right for some of you, that is going to change the game completely. For others of you, this is just saying if you're already in a good place with this person, that just keep focusing on what's good, focusing on what's working, and still at the same time healing your past traumas, past wounds, because we've all got them. If you're living here on this earth, you've had a past wound, a past trauma of some sort. It's there somewhere, hidden, buried possibly. We've all got work to do on that, in that regard. So nobody is getting out of this life without having to do some homework. So just knowing the more you can focus on self-healing and forgiveness of yourself for maybe things you have done in the past, that's really going to break this wide open to where you can forgive other people, whether it is this significant other, past exes, parents, or friends, whoever it is that you're holding, even if they're on a subconscious level and you feel, well, I've released this person, I don't harbor any resentment toward them, they're out of my life and I've moved on. Even if you feel that way on a conscious level, a lot of times we still have subconscious wounds or cords or knots that are still there and will kind of rear their little ugly heads when we're in an altercation or some sort of conflict with our significant other. Like, it's like I call it the backpack full of bricks that we carry, things that have happened, wounds that we haven't really faced, the skeletons in our closet. We all have something that can be worked on and reimagined, repurposed, and I'm seeing it like an alchemist that's alchemizing that or transmuting one kind of negative trauma from the past and using that energy as fuel to transform it and create something really beautiful in your life. And I feel that's what you guys are going to do. So with this Sextile Opportunities card, this is a card all about collaboration and being of assistance. So I feel like the two of you guys are coming into the near future, if not already, really going to be helping each other out. Maybe I'm seeing like a couple who just bought a house and one person is really focused on their career, another person is really focused on trying to get the house in order, trying to unpack, trying to maybe pick out floor tiles, something like that, where you're going to be like, okay, you help me pick out the floor tiles and I will help you go through your tax forms so you don't have to do that tonight and you can just work on whatever. That's just an example. So whatever that is for you, there's like this balancing act and you guys come to the center. Remember this figure 8 here. You come to the center to meet, to help each other with whatever is going on in your lives. And it's a big give and take. It's not any one person receiving, and then the other person just giving. It's a balancing act. Giving, receiving is really what I'm seeing. And when you can really start operating in that way in the relationship, as well as that grace and gratitude, you're really going to start seeing new doors open for you guys both as a couple, or I see someone who maybe you've lived in the same house and you've been with your spouse for a long time if you're married, and you're wanting to find a new home, but like for a couple of years you've been kind of looking, not maybe seriously, but just looking, and you're thinking, well, nothing's really been our exact like dream or whatever. And as you guys start working together as a team, where you're at, in the home you're in the jobs you're in the roles you're in now, the more you can work together and have that gratitude for what you do have, you're going to open those doors. I mean, these doors here are wide open, ready. I just feel almost this big breeze coming through those doors or those windows and just washing right over you, because this is promise of something better on the other side of grief or past resentments, the stuff you're forgiving and letting go of, because the time is now. The time is now to really be focused on what is most important in life. And I think for many of you, this relationship means so much to you, And especially if you guys have been in a rough patch in this relationship, this is saying, now is the time to try to put all of your effort into prioritizing this relationship to get it back where it needs to be for you both to feel at that center point and that fulfillment and that happiness and that joy and just living the best life together with this person. But this is that welcoming energy, and because it's right below the boundaries, it's like once you either open up yourself more, if you've been putting your heart in kind of a cage and not letting your significant other in on what's going on in your life, or if you've been the opposite and just been letting this person take too much of your energy, it's going to be different for each of you, so take what resonates for you. But whichever end of that spectrum you're on, it's going to be balancing out to bring you both on like equal footing or solid ground where you're both, balanced is really what I'm seeing. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys, but you will have to let me know below what you thought and if this resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, you guys selected the pile with the word confidence. And we're going to go ahead and figure out what's coming toward you guys next in your love life. So with this confidence card, I'm feeling like both you and your significant other are coming into this time where you feel more confident in your relationship or in the status of your relationship. So for some of you, this is going to, oh, my candle just went out. So I think I was saying that I'm seeing that there is going to be a new level of confidence, or like you're leveling up in this relationship to where if you are just seeing someone, either you or this other person or the both of you are going to come together and want to make it more official. So you're more of an item, so to speak. Or if you guys have been dating a long time, maybe this person or you will pop the question or want to take this commitment to another level. There's some sort of wanting to take things further because there is this underlying sense of confidence surrounding who you are, who this person is, and who you guys are together as a couple. It's really beautiful energy. So let's go ahead and figure out what's coming to you guys next in your love life. Okay, group 2, this is really cool. And for most of you, I'm feeling like this is a newer relationship. And by newer, I'm saying under 5 years that you've been with this person at the time of your watching this. So, to me, that's a newer relationship because I've been with my husband for over 16 years now. So, to me, a newer relationship would be under 5 years. But, that might seem like a lifetime to someone who is very young and maybe has been in a relationship for 2 years. But that's what I'm really seeing, is that most of you guys watching this are still very young in your lifetime together or your journey together as a couple. So some of you, that could be just a few weeks, a few months that you've been together, but you're really vibing with this person and it just feels right, it feels great. Because right below the confidence card, we have the 10th house, which is all about reputation. So since you've been with this person, you have this boosted sense of confidence, and it's really actually been affecting your career in a really good way. So even if you've been with this person a few years or whatever, since you've met this person, think back to when you first met them and where you are now. Your career has shifted even better. Like you feel like you're in a better place with your career. Or maybe you decided to go to school and maybe you took on a whole new area of career. But because you are with this person, it gives you this boost up where your reputation or your fame or your notoriety in life is concerned. It really lights up your 10th house. So I don't know if this person has prominent places within their chart. So say they have a sun in Aquarius and your 10th house is Aquarius. Their sun is brightly lighting up your 10th house. But you can take that, kind of synastry of your chart with their chart. So wherever, Aquarius as the example, wherever Aquarius falls in your chart, tilt their chart to where Aquarius lines up with the Aquarius in your chart, and then let all the planets fall where they may. Whatever's going on in your 10th house, or maybe whatever's going on in their chart's 10th house with your planets, it's a really beautiful thing that you guys are, giving this sense of confidence to each other's career house. And it's like it's also like that patriarchal house, or the legacy that you leave in life, and just your sense of purpose. So just being with this person has really ignited this sense of purpose within you. And it really goes well with this uncovering treasure card. It says, beneath the surface lies great bounty. So I do still feel, like I was saying, this is still seems like a very new relationship, in the grand scheme of many, many, many years that you could spend with someone. This still feels like it's in the infancy stages, or at least the toddler stages of a very long-term relationship, which for you guys, I do feel like this is going to be a very long-term relationship. But what I'm seeing with this uncovering treasure card is there is a lot about each other you haven't learned yet, or you haven't figured out, or you don't know yet. It's not like this person's holding a bunch of secrets and lies or anything like that. It feels very good. It's very warm and very inviting. It's like opening presents over and over, like you're uncovering new things about this person, and it's really beautiful. And the same goes for you with this other person. They feel the same way. Your person loves getting to know you, and you love getting to know your person. It's just a very give and take, fun dynamic. I love what I'm getting with this. This is so fun, and you guys are so loving toward each other. We have also this transformation card. It says a fresh new way of living emerges. Exactly. When you two came together, even if you don't live with this person, it's like you guys created a new spark of something. It's almost like you're this candle, they are this candle, and together you come together and create another candle. So for some of you, that could look like maybe you already have children together with this person, or you will in the future, or that is where you're wanting to go with this connection. But that could also be coming together and combining your lives, and that new candle is your life together. The home you create, the legacy you create, whether you have children or not, the pets that you have, just what you create as a couple in this world is really shining, again with this 10th house. It's out there for the whole world to see, because the 10th house is that bright shiny house that's your public house. That's everyone can see that house visually. So people can see that confidence shining from you, especially because you are with this person. It's like you make each other better. You amplify that energy in a beautiful way. And since you guys have gotten with this person, it feels to me like there has been a major transformation in your life. Maybe you've really done a 180 on, your values or just what you want in life since meeting this person. But it feels like there's a fresh new way of living. Maybe this included spiritual awakening for some of you. Maybe this has included going from almost like a hoarder to a very minimalist lifestyle, something like that. A big, one end of the spectrum to another is really what I'm seeing. But this person, what I'm hearing is they make me want to be a better person. You both make each other want to be better people, because being with this person, it's like this sense of pride. I don't mean that in like a vanity way. It makes you feel so good, so confident, and the vice versa. They feel the same way, and you just want to like cultivate this beautiful treasure that is your relationship, is just really what I'm seeing. But then with this could be the one card. It says you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Well, absolutely. If you are watching this couple's reading, then absolutely you are already with this person. But when I read this could be the one, I mean the one. So you may already be married to this person, or have some sort of long-term or lifelong commitment with this person, or that's on the horizon is really what I'm seeing. Because with this true love card, it says this is the romance of a lifetime. So this person is your ideal. This person is what you've always dreamed of, and then some. I think for many of you, this person you still are like, how are they with me? Oh my gosh, how are they with me? And this person feels the exact same way with you. Like, why did this person go for me? They could have had anybody. And you feel the same way. So it's like, it's really funny. I'm picking up like, you're like, no, you're better. No, you're better. No, you're better. No, you're better. It's just really cute. You guys are fun. I love your energy together. But then with this Akasha card, it says your guidance is divinely guided. And I just feel like this means just guidance with your lives together, just what you feel called to do as a couple, where you feel called to live, what you feel called to do for work. And because we have the 10th house card here, you may end up working together. Maybe you met this person at work and maybe you guys started a business together, or maybe you eventually will work together in some capacity, raising children or having a home-based business or something like that. But you guys really do talk each other up in your career, whatever your careers are, even if they're two completely different careers. You guys help each other like level up in your careers just by being together, and the energy that your relationship is creating in your life. And with the Akashic records are the history of all that's happened, all that will happen, all that's ever happened, all of that. And so I already do feel like you guys have had many lifetimes together. You are both old souls, and I feel like this lifetime you guys are just ready to have some fun together. It may have been in the past lives where you had some really rocky relations with this person, whether you guys were in a romantic kind of relationship in those lives or other types of relationships, parent-child, friends, co-workers, whatever different relationships you had in different lives. I feel like this time it's like you're coming together and you're like, okay, now we can really get this party started. This is going to be so much fun. But then with this Inner Temple card, it says devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So I do feel with this Inner Temple card that both of you guys are very spiritual people. You may have, before you met and even now, just had really different ideals of spirituality. Maybe one of you was really religious and the other was really spiritual. Or one of you was really spiritual or just a little spiritual, and then the other one was kind of more, well, I don't even know what I believe. I don't know if there is a God or whatever. I feel like to begin with, your guys' maybe spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs were a little bit different from each other. But as you grow into a relationship, it's like, here's one path that you're on, this spiritual path, this person's on this spiritual path, and the longer you guys are going on your path of life together, the closer, if not merging, those two paths will become, if that makes any sense. So I do feel like some of you even started out as very spiritual within the relationship, very sacred union, rather. Maybe you guys don't want to call each other husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe you're like, we're in a sacred union. This is my sacred partner, is really how I feel like you guys feel about each other. You're like, I don't want to tarnish it with like a real world or 3D label of husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you resonate with. But what I'm feeling is it's like by putting that label on it, it's like it cheapens the relationship, and you guys just want to be like, we are sacred partners. We are in a sacred union. That's just really what I'm feeling. And if that doesn't resonate now, it just maybe over time you guys feel more, you're picking up more on that past life stuff, that you realize how sacred this person is. The word sacred just keeps coming up. Like you just revere this person in such a sacred way, and they do the same for you. It's just really beautiful. And I do think your spiritual paths, both together and as your own single people, are very important to you, or will be as you go on your journey of life together. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys, but you will have to let me know below what you thought and if this reading resonated with you. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, let's go ahead and find out what is next for you in your love life. And you guys had the trust card to use to select this pile. So with this trust card, I'm seeing 2 very distinct paths for this pile. One in which trust has been like the end-all be-all of your relationship. You trust this person inherently and they trust you inherently. Everything is great in that department. But then the other half of you watching this reading, I would say about 60% of you watching this reading, the trust is actually a different way, to where you're wanting to build that trust back up. So this person or you may have had, I'm just seeing someone, I don't think it was cheating, but it was maybe where you were unsure if you wanted to be in this relationship or not. So it may have been you, it may have been this other person that you are in the relationship with, where the level of commitment was maybe tested in some way, and it's going to be different for each of you. So I'll let you draw your own conclusions as to what is going on in your life. But again, the other 40% of you, everything is great in that department. You trust this person like with your life and things are great. So let's see what else we get in your reading. Okay, I can see that these cards are really corroborating what I said about the 2 distinct paths. The 40 where everything seems great and you're just looking to keep going on that journey, and then the other 60% where you're wanting to patch things up and get back on a good track with this person. So this is going to be a very dualistic kind of reading, so only take what resonates with your exact situation and leave the rest behind. So with this trust card, I'm being directed right down here to this 4th house card of roots. Your 4th house in your horoscope or your birth chart is all about your family, your home, your childhood, your background, your comforts of life, that inner world, real estate. So I really see that this person, you may have known them since you were a child, because this house does have deep roots. Or this is someone you have started a family with or want to start a family with eventually, to create your own home, your own family, your own legacy. And because 4th house also rules real estate, I do feel that you will have a home together at some point, or already have a home together. But this relationship is all about taking care of each other in a very motherly way, because again, the 4th house is representing the mother in a chart. So you may want to really mother this person, or they really want to mother you, or maybe you're mothering each other, but there's this sense of wanting to take care of someone, protect someone, nurture someone. Either one or both of you within this relationship want to do that with each other, or to one or the other of you is really what I'm seeing. So then with this Valiant Courage card, it says take action with passion. So I feel like this relationship is a very passionate relationship. So if you're on the path where everything's great, I mean, you may have some mundane times, paying bills, working, doing all the things we do in life, but you never let that passion leave. You never let that sparkle dull. But for that other 60% of you, this says take action with passion, and it really is reminding me where a lot of the fights that you may have had in the past, where you maybe broke up and got back together, where maybe, a lot of it was done in the heat of the moment, in that passionate release of that Mars energy where you're just like, I can't take it anymore. And you say something or do something you regret, or they do something or say something they regret. And it's not to say that this person isn't passionate or you're not passionate, because there is passion behind your actions. There's passion behind your words for you and this other person, which is really great in a relationship. But when things get heated, of course, that passion can really take a turn. But for the most part, you guys have these actions you're taking aren't just willy-nilly. You really put thought and love and effort into what you do with this other person, so say if you are proposing to them or they're proposing to you, they don't just get a ring and pull it out of their pocket and be like, so you want to marry me or what? Like, it's not like that. It's very passionate. It's very romantic. It's very beautiful, and almost like storybook in ways and at times, and you just feel like, wow, is this real life? This is amazing. But again, when things get a little heated, it can be the same way, like, wow, this is so different and extreme from how we were earlier today. But it's very Mars related. So there may be an actual Mars either in your birth chart or this person's birth chart that is residing in the 4th house, because Mars can be that anger or that passion. Mars can go both ways. In the 4th house, which is your home, what you're establishing with your significant other, that can be both really great and both really bad, just depending on which end of the spectrum you're at. But then with this Navigating by the Stars card, it says follow your bliss. So I feel like the two of you were brought together, just following your heart, following your dreams. And when you met each other, you're like, this is the one. I know this is the one. And again, it's not always been easy for most of you, because with this Reconciliation card, it says someone from your past is returning to your life. And going back to that 4th house, this person could be from your past. Maybe you went to high school with this person. Maybe you went to nursery school with this person, or were, living next door to this person, or there's some tie to past. And for some of you, if that doesn't resonate, this could be past life. This person was with you in a past life. You knew this person in a past life. But for some of you, that 60% that things may have gone a little by the wayside, or gone a little left with the trust. This is just a reconciliation coming up. If you're in that boat where you're broken up with this person right now, or things aren't really great, this is letting you know there is a reconciliation in the near future, if not already in the works for you guys. And it feels to me like this will be a lasting relationship. So of course, if there are trust issues, that's something you would have to work out. But for the 40% of you that, things are really going great, this could just be a reconciliation of differences where, maybe one of you wants to have a gray couch and the other one wants to have a brown couch. And you kind of just have to be like, well, okay, I'll give you this one, but, over here, I want a blue chair, so we'll do that. That's kind of, it's a more fun and playful kind of, maybe, kind of giving and taking in smaller ways. But, for that 60% where there's been trust issues within the relationship, that reconciliation could be, looking like breaking up, getting back together kind of energy. But then with this retreat card, it says it's time to disconnect from the world. So I feel like for all of you, 100% of you, I'm really getting that retreat is necessary. Maybe you guys, if you're watching this in the year 2020, there have been lockdowns, quarantines, and all of that. So maybe you guys were with this person on top of each other 24/7, and this retreat is just saying, hey, let's go do something different. Disconnect from our computers, our Wi-Fi, from our hometown or wherever it is you're at, and go do something else. And this also feels kind of almost like a honeymoon card to me as well. I know there is a honeymoon card in this deck, and this is slightly different, but she is wearing some sort of wedding dress. He's wearing a suit. So to me, this just feels like, it's like that retreat after the wedding. So there may have been a new level reached within your relationship. And right as I said that, I saw someone finding out they were pregnant, and they're just like, wow, are we ready for this? And so if that's you, I feel like it's already happened. So if that doesn't resonate, it could be in the near future for some of you, especially if that's something you're wanting is a pregnancy. But for most of you, this could be, past 3 months moving up till about now when you're watching this, that you've discovered you're pregnant and, you're really doing this. You're doing this thing. But that's just for a very select few of you. But disconnecting from the world doesn't mean you're disconnecting from your significant other. It's like you two, the two of you as a unit, are disconnecting from the world. So say you're a parent with children and, quarantines in year 2020, you probably haven't had a lot of time alone just to be a couple together without kids. Or if you have been in the same space as this person, like 24/7, but you just need a new change of pace or a new scenery, that is really standing out to me. For whoever you are, just seeing some new scenery, having a change of pace is really strong and really standing out for me. So then it says here, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? And for me, this really goes with this trust and with this reconciliation. There is a dynamic within the relationship that, maybe one or the other or both of you are clinging to that's really not serving the highest good of the relationship. So that could be a way of operating in the relationship, a toxic cycle where maybe one of you, instead of being able to communicate your feelings, one or the other of you will shut down and retreat and go into their own inner environment and not let the other one in. And that can be very dangerous in a relationship when communication is really key and you're really wanting this person to speak to you or they're wanting you to speak to them. And one or the other of you maybe, I see a block in communication or maybe coping mechanisms that one or the other or both of you are really using to perpetuate some sort of toxic cycle within the relationship. And that can look as simple as, not giving each other enough time in the day because, you're busy with work, you're busy with whatever it is you do, and by the end of the day, it's like you barely have even looked in this person's eyes, and that can be really taxing on a relationship if it's a day in, day out, and then as the days go on, it becomes a habit, and then you really have to work hard to get out of that rut. Whatever this is, this can be different for each of you because this is a general reading. So you're going to have to take what resonates and leave the rest, especially if you're in that 40% where everything's good, and this could just be what are you clinging to in your belief systems or just in your own personal life that may be affecting the relationship. So it's going to be different for each of you. That can be something you kind of think about and examine for yourself. So then with this awakening card, it says energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. So especially for my 60% that have had some trust issues with their partner and maybe reconciliation either in the past or maybe near future, there's just a new way of being in a relationship, and it feels like something's clicked in a good way, like a piece that was missing. Like I see a puzzle piece, like the whole puzzle's done, but there's like one piece in the middle that's missing, and you've been searching for the piece, and where is it? I can't find it. And then one or the other of you finds that piece and puts it right where it needs to be. It's like, okay, everything is right in the world. Everything has clicked. I finally figured out what it is that's going wrong, or if there was some sort of toxic cycle or loop within your relationship, it's like the missing link of that is found so that you can fix whatever is maybe not working to your highest advantage, so to speak. But we can also take this card literally with the awakening and all the energies that are pouring into the planet right now. There may have been some energetic upgrades and integrations and ways of being, and letting, the crumbling, letting the old versions of you, or the versions of you or this significant other of yours that really weren't serving your higher self, are crumbling away, and that's making the relationship really, like I'm just seeing like it on the way, like a boat on the waves, just being tossed to the waves, and you don't know what end is up sometimes. And it's because everything that's not built on a solid foundation from your heart, from love, from that higher timeline, or from that higher state of being, anything that's more surface level or from ego is going to start to break down from, when you're watching this on into the near future. So, if you're with this person or they're with you for superficial reasons, it's just not going to last. But I think most of you, if not all of you, there is a really beautiful, solid past life connection, or, this life connection, where it's not something you're just going to, well, we've all changed a little bit, so let's just throw this relationship away. I don't see it like that. There may be one or two people watching this that over the course of the next year decide, you know what, it's just, I love you so much, but it's just not, I can't do this anymore. And then you both decide to walk away. I feel like it's a mutual decision. It's not like you're going to be blindsided by this person leaving you if it comes to that. But again, only one or two people watching this that pertains to. Most of you guys, this is solid foundation energy, where it's just maybe dynamics within the relationship that need to change or to need to shift a little bit because of the great awakening going on the planet, and just operating from more of a place of love rather than ego and fear-based decisions that people make, or choices people make in life and in relationships. Those choices that we've made out of fear or from more ego places are going to start being, challenged or questioned, and things that were, established and built from the heart they'll remain unscathed. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining that the way I'm seeing it in my head, but with the Great Awakening, what's not serving your highest good, what's not serving the other person's highest good, what's not serving your relationship's highest good, is going to start to shake beneath your feet and crumble. But that's not a bad thing. That tower moment that could happen is just a catalyst for you to be able to build what will work for you, what will work for this other person, and what will work for your relationship, to make it that stable, long-term relationship that I feel like both of you really want and are really seeking. So I really do hope this resonated for you guys, and I'm sorry that this group was so split, that 40-60 split that we had going on, but I didn't want to try to just make it, okay, this is what's happening, because I saw two very distinct, different relationships as my main examples, and then, the spectrum between those two extremes filling in the gaps. I hope that, wherever you fall on that spectrum of really great trust to, wow, we could really work on our trust issues with each other, wherever you fall on that spectrum, I really do hope that you got the guidance that you were seeking, and the hope that maybe you were hoping to find in this reading about things being better in the future, because I do see things being better. This isn't a breakup card, this is a reconciliation card. So if you are with this person, again, besides those one or two people that eventually you will decide, this maybe isn't the best for both of us, let's move on. Again, one or two people only. the rest of you guys watching this. This is worth fighting for. This is worth building. This is worth examining what's not working and letting it crumble away so that you can make room for what will work for the two of you in your relationship. So I really do hope that made sense. And as always, you guys, you will have to let me know below what you thought. And thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye.